the text takes us to a place where there is a battle between gods. Can I go deeper? Yeah. There is a battle between gods. There is Elohim, the God of the universe. And there is Pharaoh, who sees himself as God. Pharaoh thought he was a god. But God will remove anything and anyone who is standing in between us being reconciled to him. It's the most dangerous thing you can do is to get in between me and God. If me and Sarah, stand up for a minute, Pastor Sarah, if me and Sarah get mad at each other, it would be smart not to get in it. Because whatever we arguing about, it ain't going to last long, and after a while we're going to come back together, and both of us are going to jump on you. So, yes, I'm telling you right now, I'm telling you what's going to happen. I'm telling you what's going to happen right now. It would be foolish for you to get in between us because the tie that binds us is bigger than the argument that divided us, and it's a temporary argument, and it's not going to last because love is going to win the fight. It would be foolish to get in between me and my wife. So don't come in the house and try to be a broker, some kind of division between us, because we might be mad as fire at each other when you came in the house. But before the week is over, you understand? Now, if you think that's bad, to get in between me and Cora, how you gonna get in between me and me? Y'all understand that? That's just a metaphor. To get in between me and God when I was created in his likeness and created in his image. If you try to get in between me and God, Pharaoh, you going down, bro. You going down, dude. You going down. 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 You're going down. You're going down because you got in the way of me and God. Ask Paul and Silas praying in the jailhouse at midnight. The jail was trying to stand in between Paul and Silas and God. God sent an earthquake, tore down the whole jail. If you start crying out to God, I don't care who your oppressor is, God will defeat your oppressor when you want to be connected with God. Do you hear the words that are coming out of my mouth? Do you hear the words that are coming out of my mouth? Do you hear the words that are coming out of my mouth? Woe be unto the man that's trying to stop your woman from going to church. You must want to die, because if you get in between that woman and her God, I don't care how big you are. I don't care if you work out in the gym 8 days a week. God will bring you down. You're a Pharaoh. Somebody give him 30 seconds of crazy praise. Crazy praise. I said crazy praise. I can't explain it, but he loves me. I can't explain it, but he's for me. I can't explain it, but he wants me. He literally moved heaven and earth to be with me. He came down through 42 generations to be with me. He wrapped himself in human flesh to be with me and called himself Emmanuel, tabernacled with us, just so he could be with me. And even though you think I'm a funny looking, out of shape, no good old man, ain't good for nothing, he thinks I'm the apple of his eye, altogether lovely, full of truth and glory, the head and not the tail, above and not beneath. And if you get in between me and him, he will move you out. Sit down, because I'm about to get fired up. And I'm not supposed to be fired up because I'm still in the opening. And I ain't got nowhere. And I know I'm not going to finish, but I do hope to get a little bit further than this. So I started on this hunt to try to figure out which Pharaoh is the Pharaoh that got the whipping. And some people said it was Ramesses II, but other theologians disagree with that. Ramesses II lived from about 1300 BC to about 1213 BC. He is normally called Ramesses the Great. He was an Egyptian pharaoh that stood above all other Egyptian pharaohs. He was in a class all by himself. But he was the third ruler of the 19th dynasty. Along with Thutmose III of the 18th dynasty, he is often regarded as the greatest, most celebrated, and most powerful pharaoh of the New Kingdom, which itself was the most powerful period of ancient Egypt. So Egypt is not just a country like it is now, it was a superpower. It was, I want that to sink in. It was the superpower. This is not just a bunch of men wearing funny hats. This is the superpower of its era. There was no Supreme Court. There was no jurisdictional court. There were no lawyers. There were no attorneys. There was nobody to plead your case. Whatever Pharaoh said, that's what it was. If he said cut her head off, it was off. If he said boil him in oil, he was fried. Pharaoh was the boss. That's why he thought himself to be God. There was no system in place of checks and balances that diminished his power. And power corrupts. And total power totally corrupts. And he was in total power. I was in a country, I won't name the country, but it has a king, and not a democracy, not a government. It has a king, and the king was nice to me. We had a great time, but I was sitting on the plane thinking to myself, if he says I can't fly out, I can't get out of here. He don't need a rule. He don't need a reason. He's the king. So you don't understand real power. Real power never has to explain itself. Real power just is.